Hi everyone, in this video lecture we are going to see about class templates in C++. First of all, what is a template? So far we have in my previous video we have seen about function templates. So what is a template? So we can write a single function for different data types. So if you are not using templates means if you want to just find out the absolute value or finding the largest number, say for if you want to find out the n number of find out the sum of n numbers, so in all those things, so if you are just putting it as an integer means if the function calculates only for integers. So if you are going for float, again we have to write another function. If you want to add some double numbers, we have to write another function. So for different data types, if you are going for different data types, we have to write different functions. So that is again a time consuming thing. So we are just writing larger codes for single symbol use. For the same use we are going to write larger codes. So reusability of code is not available, so flexibility is will not be there, so a lot of problems will be there. So we have the concept of templates. So what this templates does means, so we can write a single function for different data types. So we can write one function under that using the template keyword, and you can call the same function for any data type. So this helps in writing good or crisp code for larger programs, and reusability of code is feasible and flexibility of the program will be there. So and this comes under two different ways. One is function template and the other one is class template. So in the previous video we have seen about function template. Now we'll see about the class template. So both has the same concept. Function template means one function we can use for different data types. Class template means the same class can be used for different data type. That's the difference. So we just to see about the stack program. So stack program, we have seen stack programs for simple stack programs. Stack means it is nothing but just a collection of data in an array. So we can push the data into the array, as well as we can return value from the array, that is called as pop. So we have two actions in any stack, that is push as well as pop, right? So okay, so we just consider a simple stack example here. So in this class you see class stack. So class stack means the class name is stack here. So a class have private variables as well as public member functions, and data types are always private and member functions are always public. So in the private data variables, here we have written the maximum size of the stack as well as the top value of the stack. Under public, we have just mentioned the constructor as well as a function for push as well as a pop. So the previous program which calculates only for the integer, because we have declared it as integer. For stack operation like push and pop can be done only for integers. So now consider the another program, that is class long stack. So in this example, so we can if you want to find out if you want to push long numbers or double numbers or floating numbers into the previous program, it's very difficult. So you can't do that. So we have to write a separate class. So we are writing another class here, class long stack. So here the class name is long stack. So as I said before, class has two important components, that is the private variables and the public member functions. So under the private we have just declared the stack size as long. The previous example we have declared it as int. Here we have declared it as long. And the public member functions, or the member functions, we have two, that is with two actions are doing. So push long of variable and pop long. That means the push and pop are done for long values or long integers. So actually we have a constructor also. We are writing a constructor also. So we need to create a new stack class for every data type we want to store. That is the thing. That's a simple thing what we understood from here. So instead of that, can we write one class for stack for different data type operations? That can be possible by using class templates. So here comes the class templates. So already we have seen the function template syntax, all those things. Here also the class also has some syntax. Here you see I'm just declaring the size globally const int max equal to 100. So this this is the syntax. Template is the keyword and the class type also keyword. So we are using three keywords: template, class, type. All are keywords. So these keywords should be represented before the class. So that indicates that the following class is a template class. So any data type can be used for the class. Then class tag. So the class name is tag. So this also contain two data important elements, private as well as public. Under private, we are storing all the data variables, and under public member functions, we are storing the functions. So under type, st max. That means here instead of int or float or anything or double or long, we are just declaring it as type. So again we are using the keyword type. So this indicates that any type can be, we can substitute any type there. So int is possible, long is okay, double is okay, character is okay, anything is possible. Okay, next in the top, because this represents the top of stack. Coming to the functions, the first function is a constructor. So you all know about constructors, right? Constructor has the same name as the class name and does not have return type. So here it has the same name as the class name stack, and it is not having any return type. So this is a constructor. And also one important feature about constructor is whenever an object is created, it calls the constructor. So whenever an object we create in the main function, so the compiler directly comes to the stack. Okay, and here the constructor is used for initialization. So the top value we initialize it by -1. Then we have written one function for push and we have written another function for pop. So wherever we need the data type, we need to mention the data type. We have just declared it as type instead of declaring it as int or float or double or long. So for specific data types, in here we have just declared for common data type, that is type. And when we in the main function, we have to create an object. So the object has to be created, and using the object we have to, when the object is created, the compiler directly comes here and it initializes the top value to be equal to -1. It initializes the top value to be equal to -1. Then what happens here means, so then if we call the push function, so some value will be put into the stack, and if we call the pop, some value will be taken from the stack. So the value here, it is not necessary to declare the values. The values are insignificant. The data types are insignificant because any data type can be pushed in as well as any data type can be popped out. That is the significance of class templates. So instead of making a single function to work like that, we are making the entire class, whole class, to work like a template class. So in the main function, we are doing like this, that is stack float of S1. So how we just is a float number or something else to declare that. So we have to push the float values and we can pop the float values. If it is long, we have to declare it like this. If it is an integer, we have to declare stack int of S3. So while creating object itself, we have to declare its data type. So when we declare it as long, we have to push all the long variables and we can pop only the long variables. So this is the concept behind the class templates. So it's very useful thing in writing long programs. When we write long programs, instead of calling one single function, we can, instead of calling one data variable, we can call the same function for all data variables. So function, we can code reusability is there, as well as the length of the code is also minimized. So we can reduce the length of the code, that is also possible. And when we just go for our class, when we take a class, complete class, that's very useful. Class templates. So we can declare the whole class to be a template. So the only thing is you have to be familiar with the syntax of function template separately as well as class template separately. So you have to learn the template for function separately and template for class separately. So please stick on to the syntax clearly. So if you know the syntax, you can easily write programs. Okay, so the program is very simple. You can write for simple programs also. You can practice for more big programs also. That's not an issue. So you have to be thorough with the syntax. So if you just syntax means you have to in the class, how will you declare? Above the class, you have to declare the template keyword. And you have one more keyword here, that is template class type. So everyone, you have to just declare the type keywords also. So please stick on to this index and please write the programs as per the logic so that you can write any examples. So here we have seen very simple examples. So that's what I hope you have understood the templates, class templates as well as function templates clearly. So you can see my PPTs also for more examples. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.